messages on screen to wait operator that the navigation becomes available. This station will now
Welcome to the Casual Preppers Podcast. Here are your hosts, Cam and Kobe.
Welcome to the Casual Preppers Podcast, the only place for prepping, survival, and entertainment. We're your hosts, Cameron and Kobe, and we're ready to bring survival goodness direct to your dirty little ear holes.
Not your dirty little buttholes.
Yeah. We
got inappropriate last
we
time.
did. I
We
apologize. I apologize for the kids who were listening back then. Cameron.
You swear a lot.
I know. Who was saying that?
Your kids?
Yeah, my kids were saying
grandma.
it. Yeah, you guys, you swearing too much, Dad. You don't swear like that at home. Well,
It's business, kids.
You don't understand big business, corporations, and things like that. Okay?
Swearing's a primary part of all of that.
Yeah. What's up, Cameron?
Nothing.
What are we doing today?
Well, we're going to talk about a subject that is dear to our hearts.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
We're going to talk about prepper health and fitness.
Yes, we are. Because you know us.
'Cause-
fitness freaks.
Yeah, pretty much run and jog once a year.
Yeah, every year.
So it's a very important but overlooked part of prepping.
Yeah.
You know, you're
Except
not going
for-
to get very far if you're not in good shape.
Exactly.
And of good health.
So we're going to talk about that. But
Yeah.
we've also got some
I
reviews.
lie to people every day and tell them.
Yeah.
Well, I don't lie to them. I tell them what they need to do. And
Yeah.
they make it seem like I do it as well.
Yeah. We've also got survival boxes to review
Yeah.
today. We've also got a battle box to review. And guess what? We got a new sponsor.
We did.
Oh,
I don't know how we haven't had them.
it's a long time coming, but it's here. But we're going to talk about it later.
You would think we already were sponsored by them, but we're not.
Many people do. But first, guys, today's podcast, as always, is brought to you by our friends at TAC Pack, the only monthly tactical subscription box with useful professional grade stuff inside. Get 10% off your first TAC Pack with our code Casual Preppers at tacpack.com and join the thousands of satisfied subscribers today. That is 10% off with our code Casual Preppers at tacpack.com. Yeah,
Right
Cam's
there.
repping.
I'm wearing a
Look
shirt.
at him, he's repping, man.
Listener reviews starts now.
You say ripping or I'm a weapon?
Ripping and repping with like a weapon. Ripping and weapon like a weapon.
That's good.
That's pretty good, huh? Here's a nice little...
You go ahead because mine plays right into it.
Okay, there's a nice little review. No, we're
Oh, we're doing the review first.
Yeah. We
Okay.
always do.
I don't have anything to play into the
Every
review.
This one is from iTunes. It says, good info and fun-hearted, 5 stars. These guys are funny and entertaining with tips to help you prepare for anything from a minor issue like a power outage to the end of the world as we know it. Learn your water skills for any earthquake, canes, UFOs, zombies, and have rice or birdseed for the vampire distractions. It's fun-hearted and humorous with some good product suggestions and tips mixed in. If you don't have a sense of humor, this isn't for you. Keep up the good work, guys, and I like the voices.
Yes.
Yeah.
Amen. If you don't have a sense of humor,
Yeah.
you won't like this.
You're not going to enjoy this.
You're looking for hardcore, dirty little non-earhole.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know where I'm going with this.
I don't know where you're going either, but you're right. Whatever. I know what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
It's a mad, mad world.
So, Cameron, Saudi Arabia, you know them, right?
I know.
Yeah, they said Tuesday it stopped pumping on a major oil pipeline. Do you know why?
Just one? No, I don't.
Just one major oil pipeline. It was hit by a coordinated drone attack.
Ooh.
You believe it?
Yeah.
That's crazy, isn't it? It was attacked by the Iran-allied Yemen Houthi rebels.
Yemen Houthi?
Yeah, so if you know those guys, you know they're bad news, right? So the energy minister Khalid Al-Fali, there's 2 Al-Falis there, who called the pipeline attack cowardly, vowed that production and export of Saudi oil would not be interrupted. However, the news sent U.S. oil prices up 1.4%, just like that.
Of course, the
Just-
U.S. always gets
Like that.
any reason to bring up
Yeah.
gas prices.
Well, we're going to just bring up the gas prices.
Drone attack, it's up 10%.
Yeah, drones. Oh, yeah, 10% up.
This is drone attacked oil that you're running in your car. Did you know that?
Yeah. Drink it in. So anyways, the rebels said they launched 7 drones against vital installations in Saudi Arabia, which borders Yemen to the north. So they're getting pretty high tech, these terrorists, man.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, China's not too far, and they can just get DJI.
Houthi rebels, sponsored by DJI. You know what I mean?
Bunch of Houthis out there.
Yeah, it's funny. Anyways, that's crazy.
Yeah, so
Watch your gas prices.
yeah. So there's apparently a lot of crap going on over there right now.
There is.
Anyways, the United States claims that the oil tankers that were attacked as well, not only the drone attack thing, but there were some oil tankers attacked, and they believe it was some divers from Iran. And Iran was like, no, it ain't.
We're afraid of the water.
Yeah, they said President Trump had accused him of that, and anyways, Iran was like, "You play very dangerous game."
That's an Indian person.
Isn't Iranian basically Indian?
Nah,
Or are they like?
they're like Middle Eastern.
Yeah,
that's better. I think that's
okay,
better.
that's probably what it is. They're all Indian on there, right?
Yeah, it's
That's
all the
pretty
same thing.
racist.
It is.
So he said, playing a very dangerous game, risking devastating war. And then later they said that the United States, what did they say?
I don't know. Something.
It's funny because they said that. They're like, oh, you're playing a very dangerous game. And then they're like, the leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei or whatever, said, there's not going to be a war. Neither are we seeking war, nor is it to the United States' benefit to go after a war. They know this. We never start a war and have never started any wars. This is a confrontation of willpowers, and our willpower is stronger than theirs.
Oh.
Whatever that means.
Yeah.
So, anyways, they're flexing their willpower, I guess. But this posed a threat to a lot of Americans over in that, and to where the United States had issued, get out of there, basically.
Get the F out.
Get
warning.
out. They're worried about abductions and hostage situations and things like that. So they were pulling a lot of Americans out of Iran and Iraq. So scary deal over there.
People are like, I ran right out of there. It's getting scary.
Is this Apple that runs this place? Iran.
I ran right out of that place.
So yeah. Anyway,
Interesting,
it's getting kind of scary over there.
The world is
Meanwhile, we hate Russia, and Russia's, and then North Carolina.
North Carolina. Them bastards. I'll tell you every time.
You remember the South is what started the Civil War. The North this time are pissed.
On North Carolina's.
They're like, we didn't get to start a war. Let us start a war.
Tar Heels and whatnot.
Yeah. So anyway, there's a bunch of mad world.
Yeah, there is.
Going on.
It's all over the place.
Nobody likes anybody.
No.
And then who knows what's going on in Venezuela? Is that still going on?
Yeah, it's absolutely
Russia
still going on.
somehow got down there, and they're
Yeah.
trying to defend some a-hole, and the United States supports another guy. And
Yep.
what a mess.
It is a huge mess.
So
But-
it's a scary world out there.
It is.
Get your preps ready.
So one way to get your preps ready is to get your body ready.
Start running. Get your body all
Yeah,
ready.
just get it ready to go. So, yeah, like Cam said earlier, we're going to talk about prepper health and fitness, and this is a really broad overview of this topic. There's a lot to go into this. Like, you could get into, like, very specific things to do, like super duper specific.
Yeah.
We're not going to get super duper specific.
We don't ever get super duper
No,
specific.
this is going to be kind of a general discussion just between Cam and I, like, hey, these are some things we should think about doing.
Yeah, we're actually going to just tell each other about what we can do for each other's health.
Exactly. So let's kind of just get right into it, Cam. Let's talk about like what is like generally today.
Yeah, so
How are people healthy? Are
So
they
not
healthy?
for just us preppers, but in general, this is a scary deal. Like lifestyle in the United States is piss poor. Really.
I agree.
So sedentary lifestyle kills some 5.3 million people every year. So you just sitting on your couch, you're dead. You're just gonna die.
You are, yeah.
But it leads to obesity, cardiovascular disease, diabetes, and cancers. So Latin America, same way, accounts for 63% of all deaths annually.
Jeez.
These diseases from not being physically active. This is a third world country too. So
Yeah.
we're a first world. Hey-oh! Just kidding. But that's not good because we're lazy. We stay indoors. We don't do a lot outdoors.
Yeah.
And so it's not looking good. We don't have the greatest health for catastrophe to happen.
No.
So in history, surprisingly, like the push for physical education and physical fitness is driven by war.
Yeah.
A big part was, both in World War I and World War II, the statistics on the soldiers and the draftees was not good. And this is 50, 60 years
Yeah.
ago and even further. And it's like our health wasn't good then.
Yeah.
We don't have the technology, the conveniences, the cars, the escalators, all
iPhones.
that, the iPhones, the Nintendo entertainment systems.
Sega Genesis.
Yep. The Lynx.
Yeah.
Handheld.
Yeah.
The Neo Geos. We don't have those.
Atari.
But so yeah, our civilization, like we have so many more conveniences now, and back then it was a concern. So World War I, they found that there was not very good health. I won't go into much detail there because World War II is when we really saw a big problem. Statistics showed that after World War II was fought and won, the release from the draft was disturbing data that showed it found that 1 out of every 3 drafted individuals was unfit for combat, and many of those drafted were highly unfit prior to military training. So this is like during military training, they still didn't come out that well off. And then the other thing shows that when the war was over, it reported that nearly half of all the draftees needed to be rejected and were given non-combat positions.
Jeez, man.
So the World War II statistics showed, that the majority, the ones that were drafted, 50% weren't physically fit, and then 1/3 weren't physically fit even after some training. So that's pretty sad. That was way back then, and there was a lot more physical labor that was done.
Yeah.
By these young men.
Well, if you look at our
So
jobs
us
today,
now, we suck.
like everybody sits on their butts in a chair pretty much all day. I mean, that's the
Right.
majority of people.
You're right.
And back then, that wasn't even the case.
No,
And they
no.
were
So it's
bad
like
then.
we haven't gone through a war enough to get the statistics. We know now that like the mental health and the things that come
Yeah.
out of the Afghanistan, soldiers and everything is far worse. So it's like, it's a scary deal. So we obviously know that the majority of people are not prepared
Yes.
for any type of crisis. And on top of that, they're not physically fit to withstand any type of crisis.
And then as we'll talk about that today too, he's physically fit, but that also goes along with mental health and fitness as well. That's
massive,
huge, right?
Massive thing. And a lot of people don't understand that.
Yeah, it's huge.
I see it every day.
Yeah.
I mean, mental illness is probably 50% or more of what I see in clinic. And
that's
and
crazy.
it's like, if you look at their vitals and their weight, and I'm not saying that, depression comes primarily from, it's
Yeah,
obviously
sure.
a lot different aspects, but the majority are not healthy.
Yeah.
They're overweight. They have tons of other medications and heart problems. And I'm just like, you're not physically fit. That's one thing. And
Yep.
nobody wants to hear that. They get
No.
pissed about it.
I don't blame him. I don't want to hear it either.
I don't
know
either.
that it's
Nobody
true,
does. It sucks.
but it's still
And
I
it
don't
is
know.
effing hard.
It's so hard.
Like every year I'll try and start running, and I
Yeah.
run for a week, and it's the hardest thing I've ever done. I can't breathe, and I go on a 6-month break.
Yeah,
Try
exactly.
to recover from
And I
that.
do it again.
and then I try again.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about that of being consistent makes a big difference too.
It
of
absolutely
how
does.
long and how much better you can do with it. But anyway, so after that, Eisenhower, they realized they needed to implement a better physical fitness plan, which is why we have it in schools. And even further during the Cold War, in the 50s when they really pushed to have a good physical fitness thing.
And even that is not
They're
that
even
good.
no, it sucks. It's really not good at all.
Yeah.
So anyway, and then you go way back in time, Darwin proved survival of the fittest.
Yeah.
And that applies 100% to humans and animals and everything. And
It does.
so we are not the fittest nation.
No, we're not. And so that's why we thought, why is it important? That's why, that's where we're at right now as a complete nation. But why is it important for preppers to even worry about this?
so-
We need to know that if we're going to try and figure this out. But
So if you get prepared, you can outrun most of the United States.
yeah, it wouldn't be hard. Wouldn't be hard. So why is this important? Let's go over a few things of why. Fitness, like we said, leads to better mental health. It's absolutely true. And I've seen it in when I start working out or exercising, I feel so much better, like mentally.
You do.
Not just physically.
You can relax. You can sleep.
Your body's releasing that stuff that it needs to when you just feel good.
What's the releasing?
I can't tell you. It's a secret. So you're just going to be an overall better person if you're fit. All the way around, not just physically. It's going to be mentally as well. You're going to be better at work, which means you can probably make more money right?
Yeah.
I mean, when it comes down
I mean,
to
how
it.
many companies now are implementing like this
Yeah.
fitness plan
Exactly.
and
Because they
health,
understand it.
they reimburse you.
Yeah, they know
Yeah.
if you're healthy, you're going to work better. You're
Right.
cognitively, your brain's going to work better, which means you're going to get more work done, and it's going to be better work when you do it.
Exactly.
You're going to be better at home. So those things are all good for preppers because if you make more money, you can prep more. You're going to have
Yeah,
more
that
time.
too. Mhm.
All those types of things, right?
Right.
It, like I said, it affects wages, money for prepping. It affects your relationships, which means that if you're trying to get a prepper group going, it's going to be easier.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. He says, yeah.
Stress reduction, too.
It absolutely is. And that's the one thing I want to talk about now is you're going to be able to handle stress better in any SHTF scenario. Like your body is going to be able to withstand, that adrenaline pumping and the crazy stuff that happens. You're going to be able to react physically and mentally to all those types of things. Reduce risk of injury, stroke, heart attack, sprains, pain, all those things. Cam's going to talk about a bunch of like the preventable diseases and things like that are not going to be good in any scenario that you don't want to be dealing with. Obviously, you're going to have stronger bones. That's good. You don't want to break bones. You want to have strong bodies. Your leg needs to be working when you want it to work.
One leg.
One leg, the other one's okay. Better sugar management. That's a big one. Like
Yeah.
we said, diabetes and whatnot. Those are really bad things to have to deal with. You're going to have more energy. I mean, just overall more energy. And with that, you're going to get better sleep. And better sleep is, again, it's like this cycle. When you get better sleep, you can exercise more, which gives you better sleep, which makes you healthier. It's like a good snowball. But when it's in the opposite direction, it's a bad snowball. You're
You
getting
start
bad
coming
sleep.
apart.
You start coming apart. So it's something you need to think about. Higher pain tolerances. You're going to be less of a target. If you look fit,
Yeah, exactly.
is somebody going to say, well, I'm going to take his MREs? No. They're going to go to the dude that doesn't look, that's like 200 pounds overweight.
Yeah.
You're like, who's going to be easy to push over and grab his stuff and I run off. And he's like a turtle on his back. You know what I mean? Seriously, like it's true.
Yeah. And we can eat him. It's worth more
Turtle
meal.
soup. Mm-hmm. Your body will better adapt to any situation you put it through. I think a lot of preppers, they get they overemphasize the firearm aspect of
Yeah,
prepping.
your self-defense is all
Yeah.
going to come from
Yeah.
firearms.
I got a
and knives and
six-shooter.
weapons and
Yeah, and I got
crossbow and turrets, rocks,
All the-
electrical fences,
anything that can
bombs,
hurt-
granades, mines,
countermeasures.
a fence, perimeter, stakes,
Yes.
seeds, netting. Just keep going.
Yeah, all of those things are good, but your body's the number one thing that you need to have ready. So
You really do.
don't, because you might not have that stuff available. So what are the physical expectations of a prepper? I mean, what are the things that we're trying to get
Yeah,
fit
they're a
for?
little more unique to that survivalist person.
Yeah, if we're trying to be a survivalist, what are the things that we need to be ready to do physically and mentally? Well, let's just, list off a few of them here. You're going to have to bug out, maybe, right? And we talk about that all the time. And bugging out means most likely hiking or walking or running, and most likely doing that with weight on your back. And that's not an easy thing to do. If you've ever done it, if you've
If
ever...
you have a spare tire in the front and you got weight on your back.
Exactly.
That is not.
Yeah, it's not going to be easy.
Yeah, when we went and hiked to that cave with our bug out bags on.
Yeah.
That sucked.
It's horrible. Yeah,
so
you
hard.
have to be ready to
I
do
felt
that.
like I was carrying 10 children.
Exactly, and that's another thing. You might have to be carrying children.
That's true.
In a survival.
Oh, I'm
scenario.
sure.
Yeah.
Even my 9-year-old's
Yeah.
go on a hike. He's like, I don't carry me at the top. Like,
Dad, I'll never make
it's straight. It's going straight.
Yeah. You might get yourself in like a get home situation. You've got to walk 14 miles home.
Traffic.
It might not be
gonna
bug
allow
out,
you to get.
but you got to get home, right? And so you got to be fit for that.
Yeah. I remember when I was up in Washington, we had to catch a plane in Tacoma, and we lived in Olympia. And I was like, we had to catch a bus early in the morning because I didn't want to drive and park because it's like
Yeah.
$4 million
Yeah.
to leave your car there. So I was like, okay. And we had a little boy that was, I think he was just under a year. So I drove Tawny down to the bus stop. My wife, her name's
Johnny.
I meant
Johnny.
Did I say Tawny? I drove her down to the bus stop, dropped her off with the luggage, got it all loaded, and the bus had another 15 minutes. And I was only like 2, maybe 3 blocks away.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm going to drive the car back, park at the apartment, and
then
run.
run
I didn't make it.
You didn't make it?
No.
Oh,
I had
no
to catch
way.
another bus and get
that
there
sucks.
late. She went all the way by herself. But I was like, this was in 2009, and I thought I was fit then during, and
Yeah.
like I'm worse now, and I could not run to
3
make it. And
blocks.
I was like kind of panicking. I was like, I don't want my wife to go by herself. I'm gonna
Yeah.
miss. And I was running with everything I had in me.
Yeah.
And I was like gonna throw up. And I didn't even come close. I think the bus had left like 6 minutes earlier.
You might as well have just walked.
Yeah, so I was like, okay.
Yeah.
In that was a simple little thing, and I was like,
Yeah.
holy crap, I am not in shape. Have I done anything about it?
No.
Not really.
We've talked about it.
We've talked about
We've
it.
talked about it.
And we're advising you to avoid this
Yeah.
today.
Don't do as we do. Do
Yeah.
as we say.
Anyways, a little story there that was
Yeah.
probably not worth the time.
No,
but
that's good. Another thing you might have to do is evasion. You might have to get away from bad people, bad things, bad situations. And that always comes with going somewhere very, very fast and probably with a lot of adrenaline pumping. And if you've ever had that happen, that just takes the wind out of you sometimes. Like when that adrenaline
It's
gets
weird
going.
how much that changes.
Like for a second, you're good. Like when you get it, you're like, boom, you can
Yeah.
go do your things. But as soon as that like adrenaline starts to wear off, you're like, holy
Yeah.
fudge.
You've gone paintballing, right?
Yeah, a long time ago.
We
but-
do it once in a while up in the woods, and here's another story from
Yeah,
Cameron
let's hear
Hardy's
it,
life.
yeah.
But I remember playing, like running around in the trees. Like as soon as we're like, okay, start, go,
Yeah.
and we like spread out, and you're like kind of crouched down and trying to stay like under
Yeah.
cover. I was exhausted.
Yeah,
like
man.
immediately. And
Yeah.
I'm like, I haven't even moved very much,
Well,
but
yeah.
the body positioning
Well,
and like
think
being
about
like
hunting.
your heart racing.
Think
Yeah.
about when we were hunting. It's kind of the similar thing.
You're
You
like
have-
you don't breathe right.
yeah,
and-
you start. You're not comfortable. You're
yeah,
not
that's
relaxed.
exactly right. When we were like, yeah, that was painful.
You remember how we were just like crouching over to try to get under the fence
Yeah.
and those things?
My legs were burning.
Your legs would just burn. Yeah.
So-
So you've got to get your body a little bit ready,
Yeah.
more ready for those things. You might have to resupply. You might have to go get wood. You might have to chop wood. You might have to get water. You might have to get food. You might have to scavenge. We've talked about that. We've had an episode just
Have you
on
ever gone in and out of a dumpster? Oh,
You
it is
have.
naughty.
I've seen you do it several
Yeah, I
times.
jumped in there.
Yeah. You might have to scale walls, man. You might have to jump over things. You might have to be really nimble. You might have to build something with your 2 hands, Cameron. You might have to build something. It's
true.
It's true. You might have to lift heavy objects like rubble off of your mom in an earthquake or something.
That's exactly what. What if my mom gets crushed
Yeah.
by the wall?
That's just get you a couple
Am I
more
going to
reps
be
in.
able?
I'm gonna save you, mom.
So you always hear about that superhuman
Yeah.
adrenaline. That's like the rarest thing in the world. to
Yeah, it
happen,
is.
you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't hear
exactly.
about the stories of people dying because they've been crushed to death because
They
nobody's
tried to
healthy
save
enough.
human strength and it wouldn't work.
Yeah.
Mom died. You don't hear that story very often.
Adrenaline rush caused him to pass out.
And some of the other things we'll talk about later that you don't think about as much is like you got to have balance. I mean, you have to have speed. You have to have agility.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because like maybe you got to cross a log over a river.
Yeah.
To go to safety, or maybe it's lava.
Maybe
It's lava.
Yeah.
You're trying to get over lava.
it's weird the different body shapes and different
Mm-hmm.
like I feel like I have good agility because I've done like the Tough Mudder races
Sure,
and everything.
yeah.
And I was like, oh yeah, and I did the monkey bars like a captain.
Yeah,
and
like a captain.
crawled up the walls. But as soon as we did like the 12-mile run part,
Yeah.
I was done.
You're like,
Like half a mile in, I'm like,
this is stupid.
I have no endurance.
Yeah, no, I'm the same way.
That's my wife.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Sorry, Tony. Sorry,
Sorry, Johnny.
Johnny.
Watch what you're talking about.
Sorry, Johnny. One more thing. You might have to swim. You might have to get over, swim over a lake, or you might have to jump in the water to get away from
Yeah.
aliens or something. I don't know. You know what I mean? It could happen.
Yeah.
So those are just a few of the things. I don't know if you have any others in your brain that we could talk about, but those are.
I think you hit them all.
I think that's.
I
Every
don't think
one
you
of them.
missed one.
Every one of them.
Yeah.
Was an exhaustive list.
Pretty much it.
So, anyways, those are some of the reasons and the things that you might have to be ready for in as a prepper or as a survivalist.
Very different scenario.
Yeah, absolutely. Kim, I want to stop real quick. Is that okay?
I do.
I want to talk
Let's
about a brand
Take a
new
moment
sponsor.
of peace and quiet for this.
Brand new sponsor. Cameron, most subscription boxes are full of samples and junk that you'll never use.
This is very true.
But-
Proven.
But not Battle Box.
No.
Oh my gosh, this is our first Battle Box read. I'm pretty excited. It's the monthly subscription box for men, full of solid gear for adventure seekers, survivalists, outdoor enthusiasts, and casual preppers, Cameron. Yeah, each month Battle Box sends you the coolest selection of handpicked outdoor survival and everyday carry gear, all valued at far more than what you'd normally pay. And we have proved this time and time again, haven't we, Cameron?
We have.
You never know what's in the next box, but here's a sampling of what other users have received this month. Cameron, they got an extremely powerful Nebo 2 160 lumen flashlight with a laser that can almost reach the damn moon. That's one thing. Then they got like a nearly magical knife and metal polish from Flitz that will clean pretty much anything, even glass. And a water purification pack from P&G to allow you to drink from rivers, creeks, and ponds if you run out of drinking water while outdoors or during a natural disaster. Those are just a few of the cool freaking things that you'll get.
Amazing.
And we got one today we're going to talk about, don't we?
We do.
All this badassness starts at about $30 a month. That's not much.
Yeah, and we'll break it down on the review.
That's not much
What
at
you
all.
get out of it? No, that's not at all.
$30. You got $30.
It's a little more than 20.
It is.
It's less than 40.
They've shipped almost 1 million boxes. Do you know how many boxes that is? A freaking million. And they won Best Men's Subscription Box in 2017. And that was a good year for subscription boxes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Our listeners, and when you use our code, they're going to get a free tactical knife when you sign up.
That's so sweet.
You got to go to trybattlebox.com/casualpreppers. Cameron, where do you got to go?
Try BattleBox without an E.
Uh-huh.
Trybattlebox.com/casual preppers.
And you know what? We even got one with an E just in case. Did you know that?
No, really?
We do. So try battlebox.com/casual preppers. When you use our code casual preppers, with your first box, you're going to get a free tactical knife. Completely free, no charge.
On top of your
great
box.
stuff that you're going to get. So anyways, super excited that BattleBox is now a sponsor of the podcast, and we couldn't be happier. We just couldn't be.
We literally have no reason to like explain or push BattleBox. Like,
Yeah.
you just get it and you'll be happy. I guarantee it.
Yeah, and even more now, man. The new
Yeah. The thing about BattleBox, they've been around for so long, and
Yeah.
they've listened to their customers.
Yeah.
They have made these boxes like the best.
Yeah, they have.
Seriously.
Yeah, and we got one today, and the one that's coming out next month, I'm freaking excited about.
Yeah, I
it
am
looks
too.
really good. Okay, guys, again, go to trybattlebox.com/casual preppers. Use our code casual preppers. You're gonna get a free knife when you sign up. All right, Cameron.
Awesome.
Let's move on.
Yeah.
So let's talk about what are some of the health risks,
Yeah, so
complications.
talked
or
about
issues.
some of the difficulties and the strains and sprains and push that your body's going to need to do. Let's talk about some of the things to experience when you're under, an SHTF. Stress, obviously, and all the nastiness that comes along with
Oh
that.
my gosh, stress is bad.
Can't sleep, adrenal fatigue. Your body just wiped out. You're angry. You're irritable. You make stupid decisions. You're stressed.
It makes your body sick sometimes.
Yeah,
man.
it does. Super sick. Not good sick.
No, yeah.
Anxiety, obviously, you're worried about yourself, your family, those around you. Can your little fat body make it? Can your little skinny, worthless body make it? Who knows?
My little doughy / skinny body. No, like I've experienced anxiety and stress myself, and it's
Yeah.
bad. It is horrible. It is like the worst thing in the world. It makes you sick.
Yeah.
It like literally physically makes you sick. So you have to have a way to figure it out. You got to have a way to combat it.
Right. And then that plays into your stomach, upset stomach, major acid production, indigestion, poopy pants.
Those are bad.
And those are all bad. Farty pants.
Shardy pants.
Yes. That's exactly what happens. Especially to me. Does not matter what little bit of
to me.
stress I experience, I immediately am going to crap my
It's
pants.
immediately in my colon.
Did you scare me?
Hey, Cam, can you help me with?
Is this food really cooked all the way?
Nope.
So
Yeah.
stomach has a big tie to the old stress.
It sure does.
So depression always comes along with anxiety. Those two are never separate. One's usually stronger than the other, but either way, you're going to be depressed in some way, especially after whatever happens.
Especially if you're fat
Yeah,
and you haven't prepped.
right. So an unhealthy body, a lot goes into the hormone production, and everything gets screwed around with that, and depression comes along with that too. So sleep deprivation, that is like a major problem. One already in the United States.
Yeah.
People don't sleep enough, have bad nights of sleep. Think about when, the earthquake of Kings continuing day after day. How much sleep are you going to get? None.
Not much.
And then, it goes into some of the unfortunate things that you may already have. Asthma. Bomb goes off, there's a lot of dust and debris.
Yep.
Maybe nuclear fallout. Your old asthma is going to just flare up again.
Yep.
That old tick bite, that
Oh.
old tick wound,
Oh, it's just an old tick
it
wound.
might come back and get you. So, and exercise-induced asthma, things like that. So you gotta be aware of those things that you have that you don't have a way around. But starvation, lack of nutrition, poor nutrition, all of that plays into these scenarios. And if your body's already in poor shape, all the faster it's going to die. And like Kobe said, you're more prone to strains and sprains and things like that from jumping over that wall, lifting your Grammy out of a hole, out of a crater from a bomb.
That's right.
Collapsed house on top of her. Everybody saw Twister. They had to dig her out of there.
Did they?
Yeah.
Oh,
Remember it collapsed on her? But so you're more prone to those injuries, especially, if you're a smoker, diabetic, low testosterone.
Yeah.
Your healing time and recovery time is greatly increased. So sucky.
Yep.
And then just your susceptibleness to sickness.
Yeah.
You don't have an urgent care. The urgent cares aren't going to be open
Cam isn't
during
opening up.
SHTF. No.
Cam, can you take
So
an
we
appointment?
literally, I'm glad I don't work there anymore, but that place was busy every day of the year. And it's super irritating. And it was usually dumb stuff. They're not going to be there to comfort people.
Yeah.
Like, your body's got to be stronger. You got to understand how much stress your body can go through before you actually do need medical attention.
I got a sniffle.
It drives me nuts.
To the urgent
I'm
care.
like, one, people aren't healthy. Two, they don't understand medicine at all, and they don't understand their own bodies. You're not going to have the comfort of a hospital or an urgent care.
I'm kind of runny nose. Could you just stitch it up for me? I'm getting sick of it.
Chap today. Thought I'd drive in here.
Can I get some antibiotics for that?
Yeah. Stubbed my toe, worried it was swelling. Assumed swelling means infection.
Yeah.
Can I get some antibiotics?
It just ultimately led to I need antibiotics right now.
Educate yourself and get your body ready for whatever.
Yeah.
So that comes a lot down to prevention. So we talk about in medicine all the diseases. The very best, most guaranteed treatment and recovery from any disease is to not get that disease in the first place.
That's true.
So
you're right. Don't get it.
There's a lot of preventable disease. I mean, pretty much for the most part, almost all of it is somewhat preventable. You know
Really?
what I mean? Like cancers and stuff.
Sure.
If you're way more healthy, hypertension, diabetes, things like that. Type 1, some genetic factors play in, and you're screwed anyway. But for the most part, like your cholesterol, your hypertension, all that stuff can be controlled by diet, exercise, and we're just not doing it.
So I heard that regular sex is a good one
It
for all
actually
this,
is.
right? So that's a good thing.
We
right?
are advising that to all casual preppers.
Okay, that's good. That's great. I like that.
yeah.
Take that to the bank, kids.
Yes.
Right there.
Sex does improve blood pressure, stress, anxiety. All of that is improved.
Mental health.
And that is proven. That is in studies by men.
Doctors. Doctors.
Male
doctors study
man.
this.
Not female man.
U.S.
Not the
Postal
male
Service.
man.
U.S. Postal Service. Signed and approved.
Today's sponsor we're really excited about, USPS.
You want stuff there
Through
with
any natural disaster, USPS has come through. Anyway, so the human body, as we know, responds to the fight and flight, fight or flight. And if your body's sucky, it's more like fight or F that. I'm going to stay right here.
It's more like, yeah.
I can't make it very far. So, but it does it. Your body's natural response and the adrenaline and all the different hormones that are secreted are lessened, and your ability to do those things. Like I was saying, the people that think, I'll just rely on superhuman strength during a stressful period.
Yeah.
If my kids get crushed, superhuman power.
Yeah.
I'll lift it right off.
I love them that much. I know
It
it's
just
there.
happens. I've heard about it. Yeah, that's unlikely to happen.
Yeah.
Your body fatigues quicker, and there's really you may not even have that recovery time. You got to get out of there.
Yeah.
So you'll run yourself to death. I'm telling you. So get rid of those nasty habits now. If you smoke, you work on it. There's
Don't
a lot
smoke.
of ways to get rid of it. If you drink, a lot of people don't think they're alcoholics, but
They are.
when you stop drinking, see how you feel.
A lot of people don't think they're alcoholics, but they are.
Yeah,
I mean, that
for
was
the most part. Yeah, the social drinking usually gets out of hand.
Sometimes.
Yeah, I think like the older generation knows how to like go and have a drink and be fine. The newer generation, they just go to get what we call
Hammered.
faced.
Yeah.
I saw it through school. I passed my test, and they all get freaking wasted.
Yeah.
snack foods. I love them. I
do
love my
too.
Lay's potato chips.
They're good.
And I love soda pop.
That's good.
But it is not good for you at all.
No.
And we overeat. We go and we maybe I missed lunch today, so I can eat 6 steaks and all
Exactly.
this mashed potatoes.
And what is it the Japanese say? It's like you eat till you're 80% full, and that's what you should always do.
Is that what they say?
Yeah.
Oh.
Maybe it's
Canadian,
maybe it's Canadians. I don't know, but somebody says it.
Japanese. I confuse those
I
two often.
can't ever tell which one's what.
Yeah.
But they say if you
Both talk
always
weird.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding about that. Okay.
Yeah, they both talk weird, but yeah. What was I even
The
saying?
Americans are the ones that
They say eat till you're 80% full. I can't even
makes
think
total
about-
sense.
Never mind. Keep moving on. Now I can't think of anything. other
Old
than that.
Japanese proverb.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, so in terms of prevention, and I'm not saying this because I work in the medical field, it's probably a good time to just get a checkup. Get some blood work run, see if your cholesterol sucks.
Turn your head and
see
cough.
what your vitals are, see if your intestines are hanging in your balls.
Yeah.
You know,
It's not good.
It's not. Hernias are not good. But these are some things that can be fixed now to give you, a lot less problems in the long run.
Yeah.
If you do have blood pressure, then it's like I got this focus. These are the things I need to do. So it's good. Go get it done. Most insurances, you get that for free. So
Yeah.
just go get it done.
Do
Go
it.
get your teeth checked out.
Yeah,
Make
that's
sure you
good.
don't have a freaking cavity because nobody wants to knock it out with an ice skate.
Nobody wants to.
Nobody.
But you might have to.
Yeah. So anyway, before we get into like the health plan and goals and things to start working on, like do that personal health assessment, and that's
Yeah.
why it's helpful to do that preventative with your doctor. What meds are you taking that really honestly could be eliminated?
Yeah.
What's your mental health now? Are you happy? Are you complete psychotic nut job?
Are you both?
And what in your life can change now that can prevent those things, or what brought those things on that you need to change? Maybe your job sucks and you're hoping for the apocalypse. How active are you? I get people all the time are like, I can't lose this weight. And I walk at work a lot. I'm like, nah.
Yeah.
Yeah, walking at work is not exercise.
I mean, it helps, obviously, if you're not sitting
No, it's
there.
great.
It's
to
great.
get up and get around, but it's not what you need.
You gotta
You
do
need to
more.
get your heart rate up.
Yeah.
You need to push. Poop out.
Is that what you need to do?
Yeah. And then, am I overweight or am I borderline, not obese, but you're in the overweight category or borderline there, then yeah, you probably need to
And
do
you know
something.
what? You know if you're overweight.
You do.
That's the thing. Like, I think we put in somewhere how to do like the BMI thing. Like,
Yeah. I got a lot of muscle, so I
yeah.
don't think that this
So
is
like,
accurate.
if you do BMI, if you're 30 and above, it's considered obese, right? But everybody knows if they're overweight.
Yeah.
If you're overweight, just try and lose some. You don't need to be skinny. But if
Exactly.
you're like obese and it's like way too much, just try and get rid of it.
Right. So getting into like a health plan and a goal for you to like get into the habit of doing these things and like start simple.
Yes.
Lately I just get on the treadmill for like 0 minutes a day.
Yeah, I have
That
too.
was my first start.
Every time I walk past it, I look that way, and I figure that's a start.
I know. And I'm like, I'm going to write this down that I'm going to set up a plan for myself. So
Yeah.
go real easy on yourself.
Yeah.
Start super slow. Consider
Mentally
working
run
out.
on the treadmill.
Consider working out. When I'm running the mouse, I try and go back and forth more.
Yeah, couple more
I
laps.
turn down the sensitivity.
Couple
so
more
I have
laps
to
around the
use
mouse pad.
whole mouse pad.
I get a wireless one so I can go as far as I want.
Yeah. Kobe got a really big screen so that he can
Yeah.
work out his neck
Yeah.
muscles.
You should see. I mean, this turn is great. I mean, now it is.
My neck's so much more loose right now.
Yeah.
Looking up and down, left and right. He's got probably the best situational awareness in
I do.
his work
Yeah.
than anybody.
Most likely.
But yeah, just plan simple stuff. I mean, honestly, if you're only going to go, walk to your mailbox,
Mm-hmm.
take 5 minutes to get on the treadmill, simple stuff like that. Go use your push lawnmower
Yep.
rather than your riding lawnmower. I'm not going to do that. I love my riding lawnmower.
Do you have a riding one?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I was going to buy a new push one, but then there was one on a yard sale, and I was like, mine.
Oh, nice.
So I'm getting fatter and more unhealthy.
Yeah, I've got
by
a
the
push
minute.
one. It's basically just point yourself in the right direction.
Yeah.
If you're pointed in the right direction, at least,
Yeah.
you're going to be moving towards it. And if it's just little tiny incremental steps, fantastic.
Yeah.
At least you're going the right way.
The biggest thing is like that motivation and initiative.
It is.
Like that's the hardest part for me. I'm like, my wife is so good at like, she takes that time at night, no matter what. She's like, I gotta do these things, and she is doing sit-ups, and I'm watching New Girl.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you're doing a great job, honey.
I like watching this. Yeah.
So the sucky thing is like, our world and our society is so like stressful for women and their bodies.
Yeah.
That it's like that. I think that's their like part of their motivation, and I don't think that's a good thing. But like for men,
It's
we're
good.
like we'd be fat slobs.
yeah,
right
we
now.
get
It's
the
fine.
dad bod is fine.
My wife
People like
hot.
it. Yeah, it doesn't matter. I'm
She's
already
doing
got
a
it.
great job working.
I already got it.
But it's no fair to them, and
Yeah.
you know, you just need to make that initiative. And there's many ways to do it. There's apps on your phone. There's you know, books. You can listen to this podcast and think about it.
Yeah, well, I mean, podcasts are great. There's a lot of really good podcasts
Yeah, there are, huh?
for motivation, working out, all those
yeah,
types
yeah.
of things.
That's right.
There's tons. And I
So
think
just-
you have to
just get
keep
there.
re-upping. That's the thing. Like, I do that all the time. Like, I'll get motivated one day and I'm like, oh, damn, I'm reading a book. I'm meditating. I'm doing yoga. I'm exercising for like a week and I'm just like kicking ass. And then the next week, I'm not doing any of those things,
Yeah.
like at all.
Yeah,
So
it
like
sucks.
you have to keep re-upping the motivation constantly. So I think a good thing is to have a buddy, like somebody
think so,
that you
too.
have to like say every
You really
day,
do, because
"Did
I like to work out in my basement, and
Yeah.
it gets nowhere.
It doesn't. Or even if you're not working out together, at least be talking to each other about it. Say, hey, did you
Yeah.
do it today?
Yeah.
Did I do it today? You know what I mean? Like make yourself, you know, that you have to tell somebody you're doing it or not doing it.
Yeah, yeah.
Because that like absolutely helps. And like something we wrote down here too is like, why don't we do something in the Facebook group? We have a really cool Facebook group for casual preppers. Let's get like a casual preppers workout
that would be
thing,
sweet.
or like a plan, or say, hey, you know, put a picture of what you did today to get fitter or healthier or whatever it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You know, one thing that kind of made me motivated that I'm going to do, because I was going to post it to give to you guys, is I found the fitness test for World War II soldiers.
Oh, you did?
The draft one.
Oh, nice.
And I'm like, I'm going to do it. I
Yeah.
want to see what my numbers are and then compare in like 3 months.
Oh, man.
So it was like
What was
sit-ups,
it?
pull-ups, push-ups. Oh, gosh. And there's one that's kind of hard. You have to do like it's like a 50-meter dash back and forth, and you know, and it's timed. But I'm like, I found it.
Yeah.
I found like it all structured. That'd be an easy thing to just post.
Yeah, it would. Absolutely.
You know, I'll post that today.
Do
I
it. Yeah,
promise
I
you.
like it.
So you can do the World War II workout. See if you're draft ready.
Yeah, I
Which I
like
doubt
it. And like I said, never forget about the other side of it, about the mental health, because that's
Exactly.
just as important as the physical health. So we'll talk more about that too, I think.
Yeah. So,
Right.
but yeah. Anyways, yeah. Go ahead.
Okay.
I'm done with my part.
Are you okay?
I told
you
everybody.
already talked about bad health habits. That's down there again, but I guess right.
Oh, is it down there again?
Yeah.
So I guess
Because we just talked about
we
the
kind of
overweight
basically
thing.
went over all
Yeah.
that. You know, you look at what your diet is. I mean, I drink sugary drinks. I love them. And
I do too, yeah.
I'm not overweight. I'm borderline.
You're not even borderline.
But the only reason why is because I don't have good eating habits.
Yeah, I'm the
like
same
I don't
way.
like breakfast.
Yeah.
And at lunch, I'm usually busy getting things done. So I miss 2 meals. And
It's
then
not-
I have a dinner
yeah.
too late.
Yeah.
So, like, my diet sucks as bad as
Yeah.
anybody's eating too much.
And that, if you do that right, that's actually wouldn't be a bad thing.
Yeah.
It's basically your intermittent fasting.
I know.
But you just got to make
I've
sure
got to understand how that
you're
works.
doing it right. But yeah, I mean, like we say, quit smoking, keep alcohol to a minimum. The sugary drinks, just try and avoid them as much as you can. Fried foods, obviously, not that good. And like
Right.
Cam said, eating at irregular times can screw you up as well.
I do
Right.
that a lot.
Yeah. And then there's the nutrition part of it, right? Like learn what kind of nutrition you need.
Yeah, so the nutrition part is actually kind of fascinating if you
Mm-hmm.
get into looking, like, even if you followed like a diet for diabetes, it's super healthy for anybody.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure.
You know,
Yeah.
because it doesn't eliminate a lot of the good things. You still need carbs, you still
Mm-hmm.
need proteins. It's just a matter of like avoiding some of the crap we put on it, like
Yeah.
the dressings, and
Yeah,
we put a lot of
which is hard.
It is. It is.
Diets are freaking hard because, you know, I've tried to listen to a lot of like experts on diets, like what should I be eating, and everybody says something different.
They do.
Like, no, you have to do keto.
We'll even look at the meal or the what is it? The government.
Yeah, the
They
pyramid.
just changed the pyramid to like this
because they don't
weird.
know.
Yeah.
they don't freaking know. Like some people say, like you can't have carbs. You have to eat all just meat and fat, right?
Exactly.
And protein. It's like no, you can't do that. You have to have some carbs. And
Yeah,
you have to
there's
have
like a million different.
And other people are like, no, you got to eat the
what's
Mediterranean
what's
diet.
the little fad right now? What's that one?
Keto is the biggest
keto
fad.
diet.
Yeah. But
And I get patients asking me all the time. They're like, "Is that keto diet good?" I don't know.
Yeah.
They have not done studies on it.
Well-
I'm like, if it's a motivation for you to
Then do
eat
it.
better,
Yeah.
do it.
I mean, there's even people that have done the carnivore diet. Have you heard about that?
No, it sounds
There's
good.
literally people that just eat meat.
Ooh.
Just meat. Like, I don't know if you know Jordan Peterson. I'm reading one of his books right now, but that's all he eats is meat. He doesn't eat anything else other than meat. But obviously, I don't think that's good normally.
Well,
He has
I
some
mean,
weird,
it's even come out that like red meats and even, regular meats increase the risk of cardiovascular disease.
But again, that goes back and forth
But
constantly.
if he's eating all that meat and doing a lot of cardiovascular exercise, he's
Yeah.
probably better than most off anyway.
yeah,
But
I think when it comes down to it, just eat a balanced diet.
whatever makes you happiest.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
pop and chips
Yeah.
make me the happiest.
Straight up sweet tarts all day long. I'm good.
I eat Pop Tarts every day.
Yeah. No, just balanced diet, just
Yeah.
everything in moderation, I think, when it comes
It
down
really
to
is a good idea to get something that you can physically look at. Like,
Yeah.
you need something that solidifies. Nutrition books. I say the diabetes one just because most of them do follow a very similar plan, and that's a good place to start.
Sure, yeah. And I think you have to pick something that you can stick with. It has to be something that's sustainable. Like keto is tough. Like
Yeah.
to sustain that for a long time, it's
Yeah.
really, really hard.
Yeah, I worked with a girl that was like all day long. She's like eating hamburger patties, and
Yeah.
I was like, geez,
It's hard to do.
Seems like a pain in the butt.
Anyways, so let's talk about exercise. This is definitely not my expertise.
I hate exercise.
Anyway, I don't like it.
I like exercise when you're like hiking or
Yeah,
getting
it's
out and
great.
do stuff. I have a hard time
I do
running
too.
on a treadmill, and
Yeah.
I hate running. I hate it with a passion.
Yeah, it's not fun at all. But let's just talk about some of the areas, the basic needs you're going to need as a prepper in these different areas. Cardio. We know Zombieland teaches us the cardio is super important, right? So why do you need cardio? Like we said, bugging out, evasion, chopping wood, carrying water, all those things you need to have really good cardiovascular health. So there's a lot of ways you can do that. I mean, you can run. That's the easiest one, right? It's probably the best to have good cardio. You can walk, you can jog, you can play basketball, soccer, biking, hiking. There's all those types of things. There's even apps. I don't know if you've tried an app called Zombies Run. Zombies Run. So basically, you're running to this story and this mission, and you have to go get food and get
really?
back at a certain time where somebody's gonna die, or you have to evade zombies. So you have to run fast for a minute and then
That's
slow.
a pretty cool idea.
Yeah. So
I
you're
still hate running.
I do too. But it's just something to think about that it can help you.
Anything to motivate you.
Yeah. Or, if you just love podcasts, listen to podcasts while you work out.
Yeah.
Maybe you're working out right now listening to us. That would be interesting. How you guys doing?
Have you stopped running right now?
Have you stopped running? Or you're going? I think you guys can do it.
I looked into a lot. My big thing is I'm a time whore.
Yeah.
I do not like my time used
I don't
for,
either.
and exercise is an excellent way to use your time, but I still hate it.
I do too.
Oh my gosh, I just ran for 5 minutes and I wasted 5 minutes.
I know, yeah.
But there are other ways to get the same cardiovascular benefit as somebody that runs 30 to 45 minutes. Moderate there's that strength of burst training.
Yeah, high
And
intensity workouts.
Yeah, and they suck.
They are not
and they are
fun.
extremely hard. But if you're time constraint, you go and run full out for I can't remember, it's 500. Or no, it's I think it's football field, so it's 100 yards.
There's a lot of different plans.
You just sprint full out until you have nothing left, and then you rest for a minute, and then you do it again. And they found in studies that the cardiovascular benefit with that, they did it on monkeys, because monkeys are worthless.
Yeah.
So they cut out their heart.
Exactly, yeah.
And found that the diameter of their blood vessels, everything was the same versus one that they tortured on a treadmill for 60 minutes.
And sent to space or something.
Well, there's a benefit.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
It's true.
if you're short on time and you're I'm just going to hit it hard 3 days a week,
Yeah.
you can do that and get away with getting the same benefit.
I completely agre. Yeah, and there's other things like stamina. You have to be able to go for a long period
It's
of
usually
time.
a stat that I don't even bother with on
Yeah.
video games.
Yeah, I don't need stamina. I need these short bursts, man. Just be
I
able
want
to go.
strength
Yeah.
and intelligence.
Yeah.
No stamina.
So a lot of times people say to get stamina, you do like low weight, high reps type things, with like weights or whatever it might be. Have you looked into rucking much? Because that's something that interests me.
I looked into it a little bit when we were after that bug out thing.
Yeah, this seems like a really good thing to do. If you go to goruck.com, basically,
ruck yourself.
Yeah, it's a website and a community. They just ruck. Basically, if you don't know what rucking is, it's cardio for people who think running sucks. That's what they say on the website. Rucking for fitness will get you off the treadmill and into the world. If you want to burn up to 3 times as many calories as walking, ruck instead. So basically, you're walking with a weighted rucksack or a backpack, which makes
It's kind of like a bug out.
makes complete sense.
It does.
For
preppers, it does.
Yeah. So I go check them out. They have Instagram
I was
pages.
interested in that, but I felt like an idiot running around in my neighborhood with a big old backpack.
You just have to go to the hills or something to go to the mountain.
Yeah.
Make it easier.
But
then
yeah,
again,
I
it's
like
the
that
time.
idea.
It's
It's
the
just
time.
getting your heart rate up
Yeah.
and sustained up there for a while.
Yep.
Like we said, sexual activity.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like,
But no, like
why
we're
not?
not even joking. That literally is
It's a
good
fantastic way. It really is. It seriously does so many
Tried
good
to
things for your
convince
body.
people.
Yeah.
Who's distracted?
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, that's a good way to work out.
Number one way for a prepper.
Yeah. Will you text this to my wife real quick?
Yeah.
Strength is another one. You need to be able to lift the rubble off your mom. And weight training is the best way to do that.
Always the motivator.
It's always a good motivation. But then you need flexibility, you need balance, you need agility, all those things.
Yeah, and they all play play well together.
They do.
Strength is not only just like lifting. Like when your flexibility is much better.
Yeah. You're stronger.
You're definitely stronger.
Absolutely. So there's a lot of different ways to do that: swimming, stretching, yoga, all those types of things. I know people poo-poo yoga, but it's.
You did put high intensity down here, didn't you?
I thought I did somewhere. I don't remember exactly.
sure
where. Oh, right
did.
there. Yeah, speed. Why do you need to be fast? Obviously, you need to run away from scary things in SHTF scenarios. So sprinting, high intensity workouts, super sprints, and all those types of things are really great for building up your speed and your cardio and all those types of things. Another good thing, that is great for your body, but it's self-defense. Learning MMA, boxing, jiu-jitsu, karate, Krav
Man, that
Maga.
stuff is
It's all great.
Amazing workout.
Yeah, to get you in
I
shape.
used to spar with my cousin, and freaking exhausting.
It's so hard, dude. It
like
will
1 to
kill
2
you.
minutes, I
Yeah.
was like, I can't even walk. Great way to get in shape.
Absolutely.
I
So-
wish I had somebody that I didn't feel embarrassed
I know, huh?
showing how
Yep.
poor my martial arts.
And I
skills
wrote
are.
down here the intermittent fasting thing. Cam seems to be doing this already.
I don't
but
know much about it, so
Basically, it's kind of a new fad. Well, people have been doing it for a long time, but there seems to be good science behind it. You get, weight loss.
I know
improved
fasting
health.
has showed there's some good things, but I didn't
Yeah.
know with the intermittent thing. I don't know much about it.
So basically, you get better brain function. The most popular thing is the 16-8 method. So you fast for 16 hours a day, then you have an 8-hour window where you eat.
Whatever you want.
Yeah, well, I mean, not necessarily, but you have to eat good. But you let your body rest basically for 16 hours a day. You're not digesting and all those types of things
So every day you do that?
every single day.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
You could do it. You pretty much do it already.
I guess that's
Seriously,
true.
you do.
Because from bedtime through till I guess I do that.
Yeah. I'm saying if you go up to like
But
8
I just eat
o'clock,
like crap afterwards.
so if you go to 8 o'clock, just to 8 o'clock in the morning, that's already 12 hours. So if you just go to noon,
so
you've
you
done
do
it.
drink though.
You drink, yeah. You can
just drink water.
They say you can drink.
That's the
coffee
hardest
or
thing
water.
for me is like the liquids. I have a hard time not doing liquids. So like a full on fast.
Yep, no, you can drink water. For
Oh,
sure.
okay, cool.
Yep. So
Yeah, I basically do that.
there's
So I just
science
need to
behind it. There's like
improve my other
it
parts.
does
of
something with like rebuilding cells and all these different things.
Yeah, I think once you exhaust like the quick burning, the carbs and everything, then you start burning, protein
Yeah.
and then fat. So it makes sense.
We're getting close. We got to hurry because we got too much crap going on here. Sleep is another one that is huge. You've got to figure out how to get good sleep. I've always had an issue with this.
I have a sleep
It's
issue.
really, really
All
hard
Americans
for me.
do.
The average adult needs 7 to 9 hours for optimal health. So
I shoot for 7. I'm like,
If I can get 7,
If I can get 7, it's a big deal.
So there's a few things you can do. Break the habit of using your phone right before bed.
Yeah,
that's
that's hard.
so hard because you always
Really
have your
hard.
phone right there, or they don't even want you to watch TV right before bed.
And I don't watch TV before bed, but
I
it's
usually
my
do.
phone. It's my friggin' phone.
Yeah. So 30 to 45 minutes before bed, don't do any of that stuff. They say that blue light is just really bad. It tricks your brain into thinking you shouldn't be going to sleep. So, and again with your phone, set do not disturb schedules on your phone so you're not getting those messages and things while you're trying
Email.
to sleep.
Bling.
Yeah, exactly. But don't eat before bed, Cameron.
Yeah, that's a big problem with me.
Yeah, and then keep a consistent sleep schedule. Just a few things you can do. And then on top of that, working out. You will sleep 1,000 times better when you work out.
Yeah.
1,000 times better. I don't care what anyone
It's true.
says.
No, I agree. It
Yeah.
does. And it's stupid because I know that. And I still don't do it.
I know. Anxiety and mental health. These are tough ones to.
They are. And there's some extremes to where you do
Can't
need
do anything.
medication.
You're gonna
but
have to have meds. Yeah.
These are things that, yeah.
There's some things you can do to help.
You started
yoga.
doing it when you were having palpitations.
I was, yeah. I was having crazy heart palpitations and things. These sort of helped that, but not awesome. But they do really help for anxiety. Yoga. Obviously, it's great. It's a good workout. If you've ever done it, it's harder than it looks. It's actually a good workout.
Yeah, I believe it.
It's great for blood
I
pressure.
actually do it a lot for my back. 'Cause
Yeah.
It freaking hurts.
Blood pressure, anxiety, agility, and flexibility. It's all going to be great for that. But it's also great for sleep. It helps you sleep. It just chills your your body out, you know?
Yeah.
Meditation. This one is weird for people that have never really done it.
It is weird, and a lot of people think it's sitting in the corner with your legs
Yeah.
crossed and your fingers up in the air.
And it can be that.
Yeah, it can.
But it's so good for anxiety and stress and mental health and all those things. But you can just get an app, free apps
Yeah.
that help you do it. Just do it a little bit here and there, and it really
Well, you think
will
about
help.
simply when you just go on a vacation and you detach from
Yeah.
being connected to your work and your phone and
Exactly.
the people. That's somewhat meditation too. It's just like you just
Exactly.
need to give yourself a break from the crap that we're
Yeah.
bombarded with.
Yeah, just let your mind just chill for
Throw
a
your
minute.
phone under your mattress.
Yes,
while
do
you're-
that. So, like I said here, a happy prepper is a good prepper.
Yeah,
and a happy
exactly.
prepper is a prepared prepper.
This is the truth.
It's so true. A few other things to think about in the health and fitness. Hygiene supplies, it's part of your health and fitness. Make sure you have that. Something like Surviva-Guard to help bridge the gap between
Yeah.
crappy food and
And now in the medical tip, I was just going to mention some stuff based on that.
yeah, so always think about getting those freeze-dried fruits and veggies.
Free-dried foods.
Free-dried. If it's free, just get it. Gardens, having this skill can help with long-term stuff to make sure you get the best food. That
Good
you can
exercise
have.
too.
Canning.
I
It really
pole
is.
started my tiller for 2.5 hours
Yeah,
over
and
the
you got
weekend,
pissed off.
and I tilled for an hour.
Your wife said that you
Not
had-
even that. It was like 10 minutes.
You had like a rage
I did.
for a second.
I
with
did
that.
throw that tiller around like bad at it.
Feminine products, don't forget about those things.
Never.
Basic first aid. So just some final thoughts from us
Yeah.
right now on this. Go slow.
Yeah.
Some people, they try and do too much all at once, and it does not work. I don't care who you are. It's too hard
Yeah.
to try and get this crazy plan and do
Right,
all
right.
these things every single day. It's too hard.
And I see a lot of people jump into, like CrossFit's good, but they go right
Yeah.
to it and they get exhausted, they get injured,
And they're done.
And they're done.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
so
just
going
go
slow
slow.
is a good idea.
And find something you can be consistent with. Just
Go
slow,
for a walk after dinner.
steady. Great. Yes, if you can do that, that's way better than not going for a walk after
I bought
dinner.
a trampoline.
There you go.
It actually is doing a number on my knees right now.
Yeah, I'm sure. This is just one piece of your total prepping plan, so don't go crazy with it. Eat a balanced diet, do some exercise, stay mentally healthy, sleep, and just be happy. Have fun, enjoy
Yeah.
yourself. Don't go too crazy.
Yeah.
Don't make it this thing that takes over your life. You know what
Exactly.
I mean?
And if you do this, you could be the next American top prepper. So, moving on to the reviews. But before that, I want to talk about another box we love, survival boxes. The only subscription box packed with all the essential survival supplies that you need to prep for surviving disasters, emergencies, or your next outdoor adventure. There are many different boxes to choose from, so you can order the survival food, water, gear required for your survival plan. Sign up today, get your survival boxes delivered to your doorstep every month. No contract, you cancel whenever the heck you want. Use promo code Casual Preppers for 10% off for your first box on any subscription or store order at survivalboxes.com.
Speaking of them,
Why don't we look at survival boxes?
why do we look at some survival boxes?
So, many of you might say, why would you get battle box and survival boxes? I think because
They're
you get
different.
the most honestly, I don't think you get a better all around because you get
Yeah.
most of your food with survival boxes, some gear,
Yeah.
and you get some real intense gear with battle box.
Exactly. Let's look at the Bravo
Bravo.
box.
This is Bravo
$37. $89 value.
Get your survival card.
So what do we have in there?
We have loaded baked potato casserole. We have ice cream sandwich.
Oh man, those are glorious.
These are good. Creamy vegetable pasta, beans and rice, hearty tortilla soup, tortilla, brown sugar and maple multigrain cereal.
I'd eat that.
So look at all that food right there. Look at all that.
That's a punch. And then there's more.
Oh yeah, and then you get your MRE. I usually stash these somewhere in my
Well,
truck.
that's not an MRE, but it's a food bar.
Oh, yeah, it's emergency ration. Then you got your energy bar. Sustained energy.
Yeah. So, I mean, for $30 or $40 or $37, sorry, I couldn't get it right either of those times.
It's kind of, you go to the store and try and buy, food storage. It's kind of overwhelming. You're like,
is,
what do I
yeah.
like? I like just well, I got it. I got no choice. Going to eat it.
Yeah, if you've bought that on Amazon, it's $89 value. So there's that.
Really?
Yeah, it's
Wow.
pretty good. Then we got the Gear Only XL. Is that right? This is a
Only
$90 box with a $216
This is their
value.
biggest box, right?
It is, yes. Yes, it is.
Oh, yeah, there's a water only. That's the other one. There.
So, number one, the Baofeng handheld two-way radio set. Boom. We just had
Talk
our
about these, yeah.
communications episode. Baofeng radios, two ways. Those are $30 value right there. So, I mean, that's pretty dang good so far. And then the Write in the Rain Survival Notebook. If you've ever seen these, they're pretty cool. They will write in the rain.
Yeah, they're way cool. They don't saturate and turn all gross and crappy.
Exactly. Then you have a
Got a little pencil
mini
with it.
pack of pencils. That's in there as well.
Somewhere.
And then there is the Geiger Rig 650 hydration pack.
Oh, wow. I like the color. That's cool.
I know, it's pretty cool, huh? $145 value.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a sweet deal.
So
You've got
yeah.
got communications. Mm-hmm. You got your bag. Put
Yeah.
your storage food in there.
And then there's the Cricut Fultz Minimalist Bowie.
That's a cool little freaking
Is it? Oh, yeah,
Tonto.
that's pretty cool, huh?
These are sweet. The ones that have the little the attached to your belt.
Yeah.
Like you can just quickly grab them and they're ready to go. That's sweet. I've
And
never
then,
seen that one.
as always, the survival knowledge card is in there.
Yeah, survival knowledge card is about.
Communications.
Yeah, it is. Oh wow, you got all the bands and everything.
Yeah, I wish we would have got two of those.
Sweet, yeah. No, there's two of them.
Oh, is there? Oh, nice. Sweet. Beautiful.
So there you go with
Yeah, there you
survival
go.
boxes. Look how cool all that stuff is.
And then we also got the latest battle box.
The one thing with survival boxes is I don't really feel like I've ever gotten like a ton of duplicates.
No, you
other
don't.
than the food, which you need. But
Yeah.
the gear is always kind of unique.
Absolutely. Yeah, so battle box. This is mission 50? Is that what this is? I can't remember. We'll have to look at it when you open her up there. All right, mission 51, actually. So this is the basic box, $61 value. The K-Bar Tactical Spork, $8 value. Sweet little spork. It opens up, it pulls open, and it has a knife with it. Ain't that cool? Got to pull hard.
Where's
Yank
the
it.
knife come out?
Yank it.
Ah, it's all plastic.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Wow, will
It's
that
pretty
go
sweet
through
little-
TSA?
Yeah, I doubt it.
You don't think so?
I doubt it. And then there is the Breakthrough Clean Military Grade Solvent. So that's for cleaning guns and anything like that you might have. It's a $9 value.
Where's that solvent at? Oh, right here.
Yeah. And then we have the Eat Your Coffee Caffeine Snack Bars. These are kind of just like a throw-in type thing.
Eat your dang coffee.
If you didn't drink it, now you're going to eat it. And this item is really cool. The Lord and Field Dungaree Knife.
We love Lord.
$39.99.
Dungaree.
I love their packaging.
I do too.
Love their packaging.
Manly.
Yeah.
Good
Yo-
gift.
Yeah, it's a sweet little pocket knife, old kind of style.
Oh, it is.
Love
cool.
it.
The color's cool too.
Yeah. Cool stuff, man. Cool stuff.
Lord and Field.
Lord and Field rounds off the basic box.
Where's
And then-
Lord and Field out of, I wonder?
Georgia.
Oh, nice.
Okay, the next is the advanced box. Then you get the Ready Man Fort. You get a fort. Foreign object removal tool is what it is. Yeah, right there. Basically, you can get foreign objects out of your skin, out of your eyes.
that actually is
whatever you
sweet.
need.
These look like little lenses, but they're scissors.
Yep, pretty cool stuff there. I like
That
it.
actually is a cool kit.
Yeah.
Noise.
And then it has the Going Gear micro driver and bit set. Probably my favorite item out of this is actually pretty cool.
I love these.
Yeah.
Actually, when my backpack got yanked, I lost one that was like this.
Oh, did
And
you?
Seriously, for like everything, these are so nice.
Yeah. If you're working on like little electronics or knives or anything like that, they're great.
Look at all that little set.
Look at all that stuff. Good stuff. All right, so that's your advanced box. Now you go to Pro. Wild Game Innovations Terra Extreme 10 Trail Camera. Dude, a freaking trail camera. So this is great for several things. You could be for your bug out location. It could be for hunting. Security, all those types of things. Really cool. 10 megapixel trail camera. It
I already
also
know
comes,
what I'm going to do with this.
What?
I've been getting my trash dug out of my trash can at night.
Have you?
I'm going to set it up and find out what
See who it is.
Probably a big hobo.
Probably your neighbor. And then it also comes with a 16 gigabyte SD card to put in there. So that's cool.
So it just runs on batteries, huh? Mm-hmm. That is freaking sweet. Of course. You don't got power up in the mountains.
Exactly. And then the
Memory
last,
card.
Pro Plus Knife of the Month, Condor Huron. 1095 high carbon steel with a leather sheath, $84 value. Do you need a knife?
Why don't we use Lord and Field?
Yeah, I got one right here. Use this one.
Better have one. Oh, this is the one that's going to take my finger right off, isn't it?
Yo, be careful.
Just the Boker?
Yeah, Boker.
This is from Battlebox 2, isn't it? That is a sharp.
He's a sharp sucker, and I've used the crap out of it, too.
You guys see how fast that cut right through plastic? Amazing. Look at this.
Yeah.
Look at that manly knife.
Beautiful leather sheath. Nice looking bushcraft style knife.
Oh, yeah, that is a good looking.
Survival knife.
Fixed blade.
Anyways, that's BattleBox, guys. That's if you guys want to get into this,
About as manly a knife as they come. Look at that thing.
I know. Go to trybattlebox.com/casualpreppers. Use our code casualpreppers. You're going to get a free knife with your subscription. So that's hard to beat.
It's time for the quick and dirty medical tip.
All right, now you're done hearing all this. So, I have some interesting little factoids to tell you guys.
Well, I can't wait to hear them.
So, big fad is about the natural medicine and you know, taking all natural supplements. Just real quick to tell you, not all of them are as good as you think they are. So I'm just going to top 10 most commonly used herbal medicines in the United States. Echinacea, upper respiratory tract infections, prevent, it boosts your immune system. Scientific evidence, inconclusive. Side effects are pretty much non-existent. So it's not hurting you, but who knows if it's doing anything.
Yeah.
Ginseng, physical and cognitive performance, inconclusive. Can cause hyperactivity, restlessness in some case reports. So ginseng, I actually don't think it's really that. I think there's a little bit of evidence showing it does have some cognitive help, but it's not that harmful. But it could make you a little anxious.
Yeah.
So not that big of a waste of time. Ginkgo biloba, dementia and kind of helping cognition. Also, they've had it in claudication, like muscle cramps and things like that. Studies do show it's likely effective in some cognitive help, and it's also a little helpful in cardiovascular stuff. So, ginkgo, not a bad idea.
Nice.
Garlic, hypercholesterol, and high blood pressure, things like that, likely effective. Not like strong studies, but there is some good studies. I think garlic's a great thing to have. Fends off vampires for one.
Absolutely, yeah. Number one.
And then it's so like potent that the smell and everything can fend off insects. It's also antimicrobial. So it's a really good thing to grow and have. So thumbs up, garlic.
Yeah.
St. John's wort, depression, likely effective. It does show some improvements because it does cause serotonin increase. So if you have a little mild depression, St. John's wort is available over the counter. It's hard to dose, but it can help. Peppermint, upset stomach, irritable, inconclusive. Tastes good in candy canes. Ginger helps with nausea, things like that. Doesn't have a lot of, what's that?
Has no soul.
This looks like a diagram like on a video game or something.
Yeah.
Inconclusive, but I have a lot of people that say they do it, and it helps quite a bit with nausea.
Do?
They do.
Okay.
So ginger is actually not a bad thing to have. It's readily available today. Soy, menopausal symptoms, not really that effective in studies. Hypercholesterol, it is effective. But there is some concerns about the estrogenic effects. Might turn you into a woman.
Oh, dang. It's
Might
no
make
good.
So, soy's good to have, though, for, lactose intolerance. Chamomile. insomnia, gastrointestinal problems, things like that. No quality data.
Has your
so
name.
Rare allergic reactions. So not as effective as everybody says. Yeah, it's got my name in it, so get it. And then kava kava is another big one for anxiety. It is actually somewhat effective, but it can cause some liver irritation.
My liver is irritated.
Yeah. So the one thing is like there's a ton of like these natural supplements, and a lot of them are hepatotoxic. They're liver toxic and kidney toxic. So if it doesn't have strong studies that you're finding, probably don't use it. Some of those common ones that I'd read, they're not really harmful, but they're not really effective.
Yeah.
I just kind of mentioned a few things real quick of what I think is useful to have. Number one, honey.
Yeah.
Like,
oh gosh.
the effectiveness, one, as a, kids love it. You can put it in anything. It tastes good.
Tastes awesome.
It's an antibacterial. I mean, put it on wounds. It's a good, barrier. It protects the wound. It treats.
It's sticky.
Helps with it's
super sticky.
It is. If kids even look at it, your hands start sticking.
your entire
and your
house is
shirt's
sticky.
glued together.
Yeah.
But it like the Manuka kind is like the very best. But any of it, to put in foods to use on wounds, it actually helps with cough, sore throats. Excellent. You got to get some honey. It's expensive, but it's great.
Yeah.
One thing you can do
And
too that I thought
it lasts forever.
Yeah, that's the thing too. It's like
Yeah.
if it's crystallized, it doesn't matter. Non-buffered aspirin, if you crush it and mix it with honey, you can put it on inflamed areas.
Really?
Super
I'm
inflamed
gonna try
areas.
that.
But like it actually is a pretty good acne treatment. I'm gonna put honey all on my face. I can't imagine that turning out very good.
Yeah.
But there are some studies showing. So ginger root, I do think it does help a bit with indigestion, which is a hard thing to treat. Melatonin does help with sleep, and you're gonna have some irregular sleep patterns and things like that
Yeah.
during a crisis. So it's not a bad one to have. It's cheap. Shut kids right up.
Yeah, it will.
St. John's wort, we talked about that being good for depression and anxiety, low doses. Chamomile, I talked that didn't really have any good studies behind it. It's actually building a little bit better evidence of helping. And there's a ton of these for like depression. Lavender, there's SAM E, I don't know what that is, but
Maybe it's just
omega-3.
a guy named Sammy. He's really good for depression.
I just didn't say it right.
Yeah.
Vitamin D, I think, is a good thing to have because it doesn't have very strong effects like with depression studies. But if you're in a bunker, you're in your basement, you're hunkered down, like you're not
Yeah.
going to get sunlight, you're not going to get the vitamin D you need, and we're already kind of deficient there anyway. So it's a good supplement to have. And that's why I think like the supplements like Surviviguard are a good idea.
Yeah,
Because you
absolutely.
get what you're not getting in your diet, and you're not living out in the sun like you normally do and things like that. So it's easy enough. Probably the easiest and best thing to do is just get a supplement like
Yep.
that. And then tea tree oil, good for inflammation, stinks like a mother, burns your eyeballs, but it's also somewhat of an antibacterial. And then like just get some caffeine, good for migraines and headaches. You may be sleep deprived and need to be awake and get somewhere a little bit more
Alert.
Green tea is probably the best, like more natural
Yeah.
form, but you can just get tablets and things like that. So anyway, I hope that helps. I don't know.
Yeah,
Those
that's
are the
great.
things that I thought were the most useful and the best studies were like honey, ginger root, melatonin, St. John's wort, chamomile, caffeine, garlic, tea tree, vitamin D.
Awesome.
Those have better studies. All the other crap, who knows? And so if
Yeah.
you want to keep it and don't have room for it, don't worry about it.
I love it, man. Thanks, guys.
And I'm done.
That's it. We appreciate you guys hanging around for this, and I want to see some of your guys' health and fitness plans on
Yeah.
Facebook or Instagram or
Right.
wherever it might be. We want to hear about it.
I'll literally put up on there today on our blog on our website the World War II
Oh, cool.
draft workout thing. Do it, get a score. I'll put mine up.
Okay. I
All
like
right.
it. I can't wait to see it. All right, guys. See you next time.